Hey everyone, it's Michael and
Ruben
from Little Coin Shop, littlecoinshop.com.au, bringing you this month's On Time release from the Perth
On
Mint.
time, they've given it to us with enough time to get all the bits we need to done, get it up. You know, we were a little late on the April one, so it's good to have these May releases out on time. Looking forward to it.
And it's a bit of a quieter release this month.
Bit of a quieter release, but there's some really interesting ones in there. I'm looking forward to taking a bit of a closer look at. So let's tear in and see what we've got.
Alrighty, what have we got in here? I haven't got my eyeballs. Where are they?
Alrighty, this is one of the ones I was looking forward to.
Oi.
But we are going back in history with this one, Michael.
We certainly are. The Proclamation coins.
That's it. It's I believe the 225th anniversary, but I'll wait and see if the...
You are correct.
I am correct. 225th anniversary of the Proclamation coins. Now there'll be a little bit of a burst in there, which I might need. We might need to go off if we're not feeling the history off the top of our heads. But it was essentially the problem New South Wales had, where they didn't know what coins to use, so they kind of threw together a bit of a cobbled list of if you've got one of these coins from India or Spain, or it's worth about this in
Well, that was it. We didn't have a mint back then in the country. It was too new. And so they literally commandeered them from ships.
Yep.
And went, right, this one's worth this one's worth this. This is where we got the holy dollar and dump from as well, which is the famous one, the only real coin that's been decommissioned in Australia, but now worth an absolute fortune. So
we just stole it from the Spanish and punched out the middle.
That's exactly right. So this is representative of one of those. I'm just going to have a look at the C of A quickly. Heaps of information in there. So 40,000 Spanish reals were imported into the colony.
Let's take a look.
There you go.
So we've got the two pillars there, fairly iconic for the Realale, with the old and new world. Now this is I think they've thrown it in on some of the Perth Mint right up for this as well. But where do you stand on the thing that the pillars with the thing around it could be the origin of the dollar coin? Sorry, not the dollar coin. Sorry, the dollar symbol.
Yeah, look, I'm a big fan of it.
I actually think so too. I quite like it.
Part of that's just the cool factor though.
Yeah.
Like, let's be honest.
So very cool coin there, and the MO indicating that it was made in Mexico City, although obviously this one isn't. It's made by Perth, with a bit of a newer date on there than the actual ones would have had. And we do very, very occasionally see stuff like this come through. There was a one Realale coin that came through the other day, Michael, that I had my eyes on.
You didn't grab it?
I absolutely did grab it. And I'll quickly show some footage of that as well, because that's, this is kind of the age of the coins there. I think that one's a 1799.
Yeah.
So super cool to see.
It is cool getting coins of that history, but also getting the representative ones these days, because they are so much shinier and newer.
Well, that's it, and it keeps the history alive, We're now doing a video talking about it, and, if someone says, well, hey, what is a Proclamation coin? You can say, well.
Now I can reveal all.
Some of these ones, try to do a little bit of prep for, but a lot of the times are just stepping in blind, and so you never know which kind of fields of your mind you're going to have to delve into
that's right.
to spontaneously talk about.
So this one is same design, but this one is the 1/4 ounce gold. So it pops that little bit more, and I've been saying that a little bit lately with Perth Mint products. They're doing this mirrored background with the frosted, using the frosting to draw out that image, and I reckon it pops. Obviously, the planchet looks better in silver because it's larger, but I reckon the gold pops that little bit more. And then you've got the green design on the box itself. So I think it pops quite a lot, and the C of A, you can see there that greenness in there, and then they're doing a beautiful job with them.
The other thing about the original 8 Realale that I love as a cool little coin fact, and was the reason I had to pick up one for my stack when Matt first told me about it. But the 8 Realale is the origin of the pieces of 8.
That's the one.
They would cut them up into 8 pieces, so the pirate treasure pieces of 8. That's that's the 8 Realale.
All right, next coin. So stepping sideways slightly, this one really interests me.
This is going to be really interesting. This one.
It's I don't do art. I'm not the arty person in this business by any stretch of the imagination. Everyone that works here has far more art knowledge than I do. But this one's interesting. So this is Beth's Aiken collection. It's a koala that they're producing this year. It's the first in the series. And look, it's a beautiful design. She's done an incredible job. But the thing that really fascinates me with this, or interests me, is a little bit like help me here, Ruben, the wedge-tail eagle.
The John McCanty.
John McCanty.
We're getting an American to do an Australian,
We are, and it has the potential to, everyone knows the wedge-tail eagle that Perth Mint produces every year. That's designed by John McCanty, who was the chief designer, chief engineer for the US Mint. Beth Zaiken is also along those sort of lines. I don't think she was chief designer or anything.
No, she's won some awards for her designs with the US Mint, but she does a lot of prehistoric work.
Yeah.
So she does a lot of, I'll flash potentially some up on screen now, but, lots of dinosaurs and mammoths and, that kind of thing. And so, yeah, interesting to see her tackle an Aussie animal, and I'm interested to see if you can see any of that shine through in the design.
But this I'm not saying it will be, but the part that fascinates me is, will this become the next John McCanty series that's produced by Perth Mint, to have that level of interest and following and investment grade, for want of a better term. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out, because this is number one in the series. But you can see there, it's actually quite a beautiful design. And they've gone back down the ultra high relief. So again, let me pull this coin out. You can see there, it's quite a thick planchet, which gives them the space to do that scalloping. So the coin face itself is concave, and then they draw the design out by bringing that koala out to give it that three-dimensional look. So it's a beautiful coin, and it's a really pretty design, that one. It's a 2 ounce, so it's got that little bit more heft to it, and it gives it, by being a 2 ounce, it lets them go that little bit bigger in diameter, but also that chunkiness to give it that ultra high relief impression there. And the one that still cracks me up, and I know it's silly, but you've got an American designer that designs for the US Mint, but you've got King Charles on the back of it, and it almost seems counterproductive.
And selling in Australia, it's a very, very international affair, isn't it? But no, interested to see what people think of this one. I could be wrong here. I'm not sure what you think, Michael, but it feels like I'm seeing the 3D effect a little bit more than I normally would on the wedge tail or something like that. Well, I think this design lends it to it, but you also don't have the rim quite the same. You get the design across the entire thing. Yeah.
No, look, I think it works well, and I think part of that is because it's a 2 ounce, so you get that largeness, is that a word? That largeness in it. So I think they've done well with it. I was quite excited by that one. All right. The one that we always love is, this one's an extension of that one, the Beth Zaiken, but it's actually, I believe this one's a 10 ounce, isn't it, Rube?
They are doing a 10 ounce, a fairly limited mintage as well. I think only 350 on this one.
It's next to nothing of them.
And that's it. Talking about the design, having lots of detail and things like that, I think this is going to be the one to actually really see all of that extra.
It actually is an ultra high relief. I'd forgotten that.
Oh, okay.
So this will be interesting. So here's the box itself. So as Perth Mint frequently does with these heavier coins, is they separated the packaging from the coin itself. So we'll have a look at the packaging first. There we go. So you've got obviously the box is far bigger, being a 10 ounce, and then the certificate of authenticity, and then inside here we will have the coin itself.
I think it'll be interesting to see what people think of this koala design, because it's essentially another koala, it is, another koala design release for the year. And so to compare it to the quote-unquote regular koala design for 2025, I think it will be...
Well, that was... When I heard they were doing another koala, I went, oh, you've got to be kidding me. But this one, I actually think they've done a great job on. And this I love. So you've got... they've actually enlarged the case to try and give it more presence.
I was going to say, that's a kilo capsule.
Yeah, so, and it's got that black is filler. and then inside here is the coin itself. So you can see, like a normal 10-ounce coin is usually quite a bit larger on that because they've gone for the depth. You can't see the rim, but it's obviously about that deep. But now you've got plenty of room for that concave, that scalloping of the coin face itself. And then, can you pick it up on the camera there, Rubes? You can actually see like the body of the koala really comes out. They've drawn it right out of the coin itself. So it really emphasises the design. You can see the patterning for the hairs on the koala. You can see the bark pattern down there. You can see the ribs in the leaves. It gives them that latitude. It gives them that space to actually bring that design to life, and they've done a fantastic job on it. And the thing that always I find, strange is you get this, like I've just been rabbiting on about this concave look, but you turn it over and then it's just a standard flat planchet on the other side.
Do you want to see a 3D Charles?
Yeah, like you kind of expect them both sides to be that ultra high relief, and they don't do it that way. And I find it's almost so much in your face. It's actually really good.
Yeah.
If that makes any form of sense at all. So yeah, look, beautiful coin. Sits really nicely in its presentation case there. Even got my glove stuck in it. So beautiful coin, beautiful design. I think they've really nailed it with both of these coins actually. I think they've done really well with both the koala and with the Proclamation coin. And that's it.
I know it is just because of the word collection in there, but it really does kind of give off this very art vibe to it. With the word collection, the box design and things like that. It very much does feel. It feels a little bit premium and classy. We've got a premium and classy koala.
So we've only got two types of coins to choose from. That question we ask every month there, Rubes. Which one for fun? Which one for investment?
Because I've got one of the 8 and the 1 Reales, I'm going to be picking up one of these 1 ounce ones here in the silver. I think that will go along with those nicely. So I'll call that the fun one. And I think if I was going for it, I'd be saying the 10 ounce of the Beth coin. But I get the feeling they will be going very, very quick.
Yeah, I was just going to look on the 350.
Yes,
is the maximum mintage. So, yeah, even compared to the 2 ounce, which is not that many more, 1,500 on the 2 ounce.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I'm along similar lines, but I'd actually go for the gold on the Proclamation coin because, like I said, I think just that gold colouring just draws the design out that little bit more. So that would be my fun choice, and then I'd be going for the 10 ounce. I'd still love the 2 ounce.
Yeah.
And I'd be tempted to actually get both, but if I only had the choice of one, I'd be going for the 10 ounce.
Perfect. Absolutely awesome release month. Again, Perth, you're kicking goals. So good to see these through. Good to have them for release date. And we'll see you next month, everyone.
Sounds good. See you soon.